Mike Tirico with my partner Greg Olson, the veteran Nick Folk to get this one started. Off we go on Sunday Night Football. And he'll work this one past the 25 to right about the 28-yard line. Play action. Here's Purdy. He'll find his open man. That's Brandon Ayuk. And he's out of bounds inside the 45-yard line. A gain there of 27 yards.
First down. First and 10 at the 44-yard line.
Off the play fake. Here's Purdy. That's hauled in once again. It's Ayuk. And they'll move this ball way down into the red zone, inside the 20-yard line. That's good for 27 and a first down.
And now they find themselves on the verge of really putting together an opening statement drive here at the start of this game. But now that the field becomes condensed, continue to be smart in the way you attack this defense. The last thing you want to do is settle for three.
And he's in. Touchdown, San Francisco. His fourth TD grab of the season. And that is the way to start a game. Not just score, but, Greg, score quickly. A nice opening drive for the first 6 points.
Well, it seems like the hour spent on that opening game script was time well spent. I mean, to take the ball right down the field that quickly, right out of the gates, that's a pretty good opening drive and an early 6 points.
7-0 is our score as this kick is sent into the air. This taken in at the 8-yard line. And this will work out quite well. He'll get it all the way out to the 30-yard line.
At their own 30-yard line.
Ready? Back to 60. Back to 60.
They'll run it for the first time with Bijan Robinson. And he's going to be taken down on the other side of the 50-yard line. How about 25 yards to start the drive? First down.
I think this is something that we can expect to see here, especially early, Mike, as this team gets into a rhythm. They want to lean on this run game. They feel like they have a lot of advantages over this defense, and you can see from the first play here why they feel that way.
The lefty panics on first down. Now a screen going to be set up for Robinson. And they'll take this down inside the 35. That screen goes for 12. And that's a first down.
That's another Falcons first down. First down, Falcons.
Out of the shotgun, it's Penix. Oh, he's going to be bottled up and taken down. They got him. Nick Bosa. He works his way in, and that's now 5 sacks for him on the year. Work to do now as they come up on second and long. From the gun, here is Penix. Complete. Former first-round pick Drake London with the catch. Well, they'll get some of the sack yardage back, but it's still going to leave them with third down.
But it's third down.
Here we go. 18 cards.
From the gun, it's Penix. To the right, that's Pitts. 18 yards on the pickup there. It's good for a Falcon first down.
That's another.
They've done a nice job spreading the ball around. Make the defense have to account for as many different weapons as possible here early. Think back to our conversation with this coaching staff, Mike. They identified this guy as someone they needed to get involved early and often, so that might be his first target. I don't think it's going to be his last.
A modest gain. Maybe 2 yards. It's second down. throw here going to be taken by London. They'll get maybe 3 out of that one, and it's going to set up third down.
All right, so anytime you're facing the blitz, the best thing you can do as an offense is just get the ball out of your hand. Get into the hands of receiver, run after catch. In this case, nice job by the defense, rallying to the ball. Modest gain.
Penix on third down. He's got it at the 3, and he'll take it on in. Great London. Touchdown Atlanta. His 6th touchdown now for the season.
And what a response by this offense. It's not easy taking the field, Mike, for the first time in the game, and you find yourself already down a score. They watch their opponent kind of march down the field and score on the opening possession, and they're able now to go out and square it on up. Allows you to take a deep breath, maybe get a little confidence for your defense to go out and get a stop, and they come over with this extra point. We got ourselves a tie ball game.
Each team 1 possession, each team a score. 7-7 as they kick it off. The return is Ricky Pearsall. And he's stopped at 25. The drive will begin there. On 1st and 10, it's Purdy. He'll locate his tight end, George Kittle. And they'll get about half of what they needed. It's a pickup of 5 and sets up 2nd and 5.
At the 30-yard line.
Here's Christian McCaffrey to get things started. And he's going to be brought down up past the 45. A gain of 17 yards. It's good for a Niners first down.
And these are the explosive runs that open everything up. There's all this conversation about the value of the run game, but when you take a look at the best running teams, Mike, it's not necessarily how many yards they run for, it's how many big plays do they generate on the ground. And when you can generate big plays on the ground, it makes everything so much more difficult for the defense.
They'll go play action with Purdy. He'll push it downfield. This one for Kittle. And they'll move this ball way down into the red zone, inside the 20-yard line. Set to go now on 1st and 10. Out of the gun, here's Purdy. This one caught left side by Evans.
Certainly not the biggest play of the day, but a good example of picking up positive yardage, staying ahead of the chains by a well-timed ball and a well-timed route.
Now it's McCaffrey, and he'll lose yardage here. The defense standing strong in the red zone. They drop him back at the 10.
It's a loss of a yard.
So everything this defense talks about, Mike, is creating negative plays. It's one of the best run defenses in football. Everything is about suffocating you at the line of scrimmage, make you work for everything you get. So prior to that 3rd down call, Mike, I thought they put themselves in a pretty good situation. At that down and distance, they had run and pass, both at their disposal, but nice job by the defense being up to the task. Forced the incomplete, brings up 4th down.
Get set. Yellow.
4th down, it's Purdy. That's over the middle and intercepted. Picked off by the rookie from Tennessee. What a critical flag. Roughing the passer, it sets up 1st and goal. On play action, here's Purdy. That is caught to the goal line and in. George Kittle. Touchdown, 49ers.
Look, Mike, I don't want to imply that they drew this play up specifically because this is when the league is celebrating National Tight Ends Day. But you got to admit, it's kind of fun seeing him score on this day in particular and join his fellow tight ends who've also scored throughout the league.
Falcons 7. Set to kick off.
So now, after the touchdown, Pinheiro out to kick it away. From the 6, here comes a return. And a solid run back there. He'll get this out past the 30-yard line. They'll start on the ground with Robinson. And he'll get back to the line of scrimmage at best. Might have even lost a yard there.
Well, they try to get the run game started here early on this drive, Mike, and they're just going to have to do a better job up front. There's really nowhere for this ball carrier to go. You never want to lose yards on first down, but that's exactly the case here.
Man in motion, heading left. A quick throw on the RPO is complete. Inside the 20. And he's going to take this all the way to the house. 70 yards. Touchdown, Atlanta. Now, Folk on for the extra point. And maybe a wrench thrown in the operation there. Snap wasn't great. Kick is pulled. It is no good. After the touchdown, out is Folk to kick this one away. Here's Saul, going to return it. Nice job by the return team as he takes it across the 30-yard line.
The Niners take over first and 10 at their own 31-yard line.
Yellow. Get set. Pump.
Off the play fake, Purdy. Out to his right. And he'll just get rid of this. Smart play to throw it away, and that'll set up second down.
Nice example there, Mike, of the quarterback just being smart with the ball, understanding it didn't quite develop the way he had intended. Throw that ball out of harm's way, live to play another down.
We'll try again. It's second and 10.
Outside. Up.
From the gun, it's Purdy. Forced to his right. He'll get rid of it and complete it. And he's out of bounds up beyond the 40-yard line. Remember, he had the touchdown catch the last time they had the football. Here, he's got a first down.
Get set. It's yellow. 18. Up.
Play fake. Now it's Purdy. The pressure gets there, and he goes down. A sack that should be the final play of this first quarter.
It's now second and 19 at the 35-yard line.
So we are through one here on Sunday Night Primetime. The Niners have the early advantage. And we're back in the Bay Area after this.
Outside. 18. 18. Hey. Yellow. Up.
Purdy now on second down. That's caught. Christian McCaffrey. And that'll go for a gain of 7. And it's going to set up third down.
There's a lot of ways to get the ball in the hands of your running backs, and it's not always by just handing it to them. In this case, it's a simple check down, picks up a good gain, brings up third down.
11.
53. Yellow. Start.
Play action now. Purdy. Nowhere to go. He's going to be taken down. On fourth down, it's Corliss Waitman out to punt. Fair catch called and taken right at the 30-yard line.
First and 10 at their own 30-yard line.
The drive will begin here with a run by Robinson. He'll move the pile forward. Let's give him a couple. Dre Greenlaw in on the tackle.
A 3-yard pickup brings up 2nd and 7 at the 33-yard line.
From the 33, here's 2nd down and 7. Here's Penix. That's caught right side. It's London. They'll mark him down up at the 44-yard line. He's got a touchdown on the books from earlier, and that catch gets him a first down.
I always think you can tell pretty quickly how comfortable a quarterback is in their offense, Mike, by how fast they work through their progression and get the ball to their check down underneath. And in this case, with the depth of the defense, a lot of space in the short game, get them the ball, pick up the first down.
A fresh set of downs to work with. It is 1st down and 10. On the handoff, it's Robinson. Hewitt forward for maybe a yard. Osa Odigizua there on the tackle. Ball spotted at the 45. Here's 2nd and 9. London brought in motion. Now Penix to throw on 2nd down. That one's incomplete. Good coverage there. Made it uncomfortable for the receiver. Couldn't hang with it, and it brings up 3rd down.
He's usually such a reliable target in the passing game, Mike. We just don't see him struggle to come down with catches like that all too often. And when you're one of the go-to guys on your team, I know the hit's coming, but guess what? It feels a lot better after you take that hit after a catch than it does after a drop.
Short throw taken by Pitts. And he's going to be taken down short of the marker. That is going to set up an interesting 4th down decision.
These are the play calls, Mike, that offensive coordinators use to just get their quarterback and their passing game into some sort of rhythm. Easy pitch and catch, get the ball out of his hand, see a completion. These typically, as the game goes on, lead to bigger and bigger gains.
It's too long for a field goal. They'll go for it here on 4th down. They'll go. It's Johnson. And he's going to have a Falcons first down as they get the conversion with a gain of 14.
1st and 10 at the 33-yard line.
They run over center with Robinson. His defense all over this one. They get him down behind the line. It's a loss of a couple. Last play went the wrong way. It sets up 2nd and long. It's 2nd down and 12. 2 minutes to play in a tight 1-point game in this first half. Greg and I back with you from Santa Clara in a moment. On 2nd down, here's Penix, escaping to his left. Looking down the field there, but it falls incomplete.
It's been a bit of a pedestrian game for this quarterback and ultimately this passing game here today, Mike. And I know they all would have loved to connect on that deep throw. I think that stat sheet would have looked a whole lot different, but just a little off in their execution and leads to an incompletion.
On third down, Penix, picked by the four-time All-Pro Fred Warner. And his offense is going to be all set up with a short field and a chance to extend their lead.
It's not often, Mike, that everything breaks right for this type of return off of an interception. But, boy, is it beautiful when it does. I mean, look at the defenders just flip around and become blockers, trying to spring their guy to the house. Great athleticism, some great moves on his part. I mean, he's going to have some of his offensive teammates looking over their shoulder for their position. I think he knew in the back of his head, Mike, he had to get rid of this ball a little sooner than he would have liked. And with that pressure getting there in a hurry, just ends up being a wasted down.
A second down throw here for Purdy. Short throw there, pulled in by Evans. And they bring him down inside the 25-yard line. Call it a gain of 13. First down, 49.
Outside. 118! 118!
From the shotgun, it's Purdy. Short one there, caught by Kittle.
So the hope is when you call these underneath drag routes, you're trying to have your tight end come out the backside of the defense in space. So when you put the ball on him early, it leads to big yards after the catch. In this case, they don't get the real big play they were hoping for, but they'll definitely take it.
Here's 2nd and 3 to go. Purdy going to keep this one himself. And he'll be marked down at the 7. And it will set up 1st and goal.
Well, here's where you really see the value of having a good run. 3rd and short, 4th and short. The ability to just keep it simple, win up front, turn around, hand the ball to your back, and to say, okay, more likely than not, we're going to get a fresh set of downs, maintain possession, and now continue to find opportunities to go generate points.
He slowed up quickly as he gets this down to the 6. 2nd and goal. Again, it'll be McCaffrey. Hard running close to the goal line, but they're going to mark him just short.
A gain of 5 yards brings up
3rd and goal. Purdy. That one taken in. Middle of the end zone. Mike Evans. Touchdown, San Francisco. And the show continues. What a first half he's had, Greg. A 3rd touchdown pass with that one.
Mike, what stood out to me the most so far is just the amount of space these guys have had to operate in. I think if I'm this defensive coordinator, me and my staff at halftime are revisiting this game plan. They obviously felt good about it coming in, but I don't think there's anything to feel good about thus far.
They didn't leave much time on the clock to put together a drive here at the end of the first half. And the kickoff's coming their way. A couple yards deep, he'll bring it out of the end zone. He'll be out of bounds beyond the 20-yard line.
at their own 21-yard line.
This drive starts at the 21. It's 1st and 10. We'll go play action now with Penix. In trouble, and down he goes. Nick Bosa. He's able to get to the quarterback for the 2nd time here in this first half. So we reached the intermission. It was been an entertaining one to this point. Back with the second half in just a moment.
Set to kick off.
Both teams ready to get back at it as we get back underway here on EA Sports. The return team going to let that one go. It'll go through the end zone. It's a touchback. From the 35, it's 1st and 10. From the gun, here is Penix. Throw over the middle, caught by London. And he's down on the other side of midfield. Mark him at the 48-yard line.
And the Falcons, first down. First and 10 at the 48-yard line.
Receiver in motion, headed left. On the move, past the 40. And they'll take this down inside the 35. It's a gain of 16, and it's two nice plays to begin this drive.
We hear the term RPO so often, Mike, and it continues to kind of trickle its way into the NFL. But remember, it's a lot different in the NFL than it is in the college game where it's a lot more prevalent. The lineman cannot go downfield. So that quarterback has to make a lot of really fast snapshot decisions, or else it's going to lead to a penalty or him holding on to the ball too long. So it's something that teams want to implement, but maybe not quite to the level that we see in the college game.
The 49ers 30-yard line.
Pitts is the man in motion. On second down, Penix. This one is caught right side by Zacchaeus. And this takes him into the red zone. He's brought down inside the 20-yard line. Here's first and 10. From the gun, it's Penix. To the right, that's Pitts. And he'll be out of bounds. That's a nice gain, though, on first down. A pickup of 7.
Outbreaking routes, Mike, especially outside of the numbers, everything is about the timing. If you're late with the throw, you're going to be watching that defensive back take that thing the other way for 6.
Here's a 2nd and 3 forthcoming. He'll send the receiver in motion to the left. Here's Robinson. And he's into the end zone. Bijan Robinson. Touchdown, Falcons.
You just don't see these kind of holes too often at this NFL level, Mike, and you can see once he got the ball, the clear line to the end zone, he doesn't get touched, and an unfortunate defensive breakdown here ends up costing him 6 points.
Out of the shotgun, it's Penix. He's got a man. Take it in for 2. And we are at all time here in the third quarter.
I know it sounds like I'm being biased, Mike, but I'm really not. Down here this close to the end zone, especially on 2-point tries, the size, the length, the athleticism, and matchups these tight ends can create, man, they are a tough handle, and it leads to 2 points.
They're trying to pin him deep. They'll take this from the 3. He'll get this up to the 28-yard line. Nice place for the drive to start.
The Niners take over first and 10 at their own 28-yard line.
Play fake to McCaffrey. Now, Purdy. Evans working free. He's got it. And they will bring him down on the other side of midfield. That pickup good for 29 yards.
And the 49er
Didn't take them long to get now to their opponent's side of the field. I like the idea of starting this drive with some explosive pass plays. That's going to open everything up, both underneath in the passing game and on the ground. So big play to get this drive off to a fast start.
That'll be batted away. Incomplete. Coverage very strong defensively. It's second down.
And at this stage of the game, it's both teams that are really seeing who can make the big play to swing the game in their favor. And this time, it's the defense. He's able to get his hands on it. Mike, I think they're lucky he wasn't able to get both hands on it because it could have been even a bigger play. I'd like to see that running back be a little bit more decisive with his cut, Mike. You can see he was a little hesitant. And once you're late making that decision, you just kind of get strong laterally. Great job there by the defense, and he has no choice but to take that loss.
And that is incomplete.
Great pass rushers live for third down, especially when they know the offense has to be one-dimensional. And this is a great example here, Mike. They can just pin their ears back and go. They know there is no threat for run. It is a must-pass situation, and for this offense, they're lucky it didn't result in a sack.
The drive begins at the 20. Here's 1st and 10. They'll run it here with Robinson. He's going to be marked down up around the 33. They get 13 to begin the drive. It's a 1st down.
The ability to be effective on 1st down, Mike, it just makes everything else easier. In the event you do have to face a 3rd down the road, they're usually a lot more manageable situations, a lot easier to convert.
On 1st and 10, it's Penix. Now a screen going to be set up for Robinson. That's a nice pickup on a 1st down throw. It's a gain of 8.
You see so many teams wait till 3rd down to execute their screen game, but I like in this case the play caller changes things up. He uses the screen game on 1st down, which will have an effect on this pass rush going forward. How aggressive do they want to get after the quarterback? Because they got that screenplay still in the back of their head. It just seems like every time this guy touches the ball, he makes something happen, and not all of his runs are always going to be positive. He's kind of one of those guys that's going to get a 0, a 1, a 2, but it's the home run threat. It's the big plays that really tip the scales in your favor, and when you can generate those big explosive plays on the ground, man, it makes such a big difference for the offense.
Pitts is the man in motion. Another run here for Robinson. Trying to find some place to go, but nothing developing. Tackled behind the line. It's a loss of 1.
And after that negative run, I think this changes the play call now on 3rd down. So this offensive line has to be a lot better on 1st and 2nd down to gain positive yards. Stay on track, because you don't want to be in 3rd and pass too often in today's NFL. Having a quarterback with this ability to run is such an X factor in today's NFL. It's an element of their offense that you have to be prepared for on every single play. Here we see it on 3rd down. Starts out as a pass. Nowhere to go with the ball. He tucks it, turns into a runner. Picks up the 1st down.
From the 34-yard line, here's 2nd and 5.
Brings up 2nd and 5.
He'll get this out to the left flat, and it'll be a short pickup. That's not enough for the 1st down.
It's a gain of 3, and this is 3rd down.
They'll look to pick this up 3rd and a yard. To throw is Penix. They'll look to set up the screen here. And that one's just too long to get going. They'll come up, stop him before the lineman to get out to lead the way.
When you're willing to throw the ball short of the sticks on 3rd down, you know what that tells me, Mike? The decision to go for it on 4th down has already been made. If you're able to pick it up with yards after the catch, great. But if not, it's a 4th and short, and you give yourself a realistic shot of converting on this 4th down.
So, 3 quarters have come and gone. And Sunday Night Primetime continues after this. Possibly the play of the game right here. It is 4th down. They'll go. It's Robinson. And he's not anywhere. Stuffed behind the line. They have turned it over on downs.
Well, that play had no chance from the start. The running back was not even able to make it back to the original line of scrimmage. Give credit to that defensive line. That was an incredible effort, forcing that fourth down stop.
Off the play fake, Purdy. He'll find his tight end, Kittle, on the right side. What about that? Out of bounds, all the way down inside the 15. It's a big play when they needed it the most. 54 yards. Space getting tight here, down to the 13-yard line. They work first and 10. Over the middle to Ayuk, complete. And he's in! Brandon Ayuk, touchdown, 49ers. Extra point by Pinheiro is good. And the 49ers go up by 7, 28-21. So the lead is 7 now. Here in this fourth quarter, the tie has been broken. Let's see what happens on this kickoff. And no chance to return this one. Through the end zone for a touchback. Receiver in motion. Going right. And here comes Robinson on a toss to the right. And not much there. He's back to the original line. No gain on that.
I can promise you that is not how he wanted to start this drive, Mike. I mean, to get blown up at the point of attack, there was just nowhere for the back to go on that run.
No chance at all. He'll go down. The corner, Jack Jones, credited with the sack.
When you can bring cornerbacks on pressure, man, that changes everything for the defensive play caller. Offenses spend all week worrying about linebackers, defensive linemen. How are they going to protect the quarterback? But when you can time up a secondary pressure like this, man, oftentimes there's no answer for it.
That's going to be intercepted. Picked off by Jair Brown. And his offense is going to be all set up with a short field and a chance to extend their lead.
So this is where an offensive play caller needs to come to the rescue of his quarterback, because this defense, they're onto you. They've got 2 picks. They're starting to pick up on your tendencies. They're shifting guys over to counter them. Now you've got to add some wrinkles. Now you've got to throw them a curveball and try to shift back some of that advantage to your side of the ball. And the big man in the middle swallows them up right at the line of scrimmage. And I think the next time this offensive play caller decides to go to the ground game, Mike, I bet he's going to find a different place along that defensive front to attack.
He'll be taken down, but just like that, they are in business. It's first and goal.
First and goal at the 9-yard line.
And they'll run here with McCaffrey. And he's into the end zone. That might be the knockout punch. Christian McCaffrey. Touchdown, San Francisco. Pinheiro on for the extra point. He's got it. And the 49ers will open it up even further here in this fourth quarter.
Falcons 21. Eddie Pinheiro set to
So now after the touchdown, Pinheiro out to kick it away. This will be returned from the 6. He'll get this past the 20 before he's brought down shy of the 25-yard line. Operating from their own 23, they'll begin first and 10. They're going to put a man in motion to the right. Throwing now, Penix on first down. He bought all the time he could, but he's going to be taken down as he couldn't get a throw away.
10-yard loss on the play. It's second down.
They'll throw. It's Penix. Quick throw, taken in. Well, they'll get some of the sack yardage back, but it's still going to leave them with third down.
A gain of 14 yards brings up third down.
Throwing is Penix. This one just too far for the receiver, out in front of him. That one falls incomplete. Bijan Robinson, the intended receiver, out of the backfield. And it's going to bring up fourth down. They'll try and throw it with Penix. That's three. Third time tonight he's been intercepted. Picked off by Jack Jones.
Look, Mike, the reality here is that he's just not seeing the field the way that he needs to. Now, give credit. A big part of this is the defense doing an excellent job disguising its coverages all game long. Just before the snap, when he thinks he has the answers, the secondary changes the questions, and they've been rewarded with 3 picks for their effort.
Now, a handoff to McCaffrey. What a run. He brings it to the red zone. Taken down inside the 20-yard line.
A gain of 23 yards.
They're at the 17-yard line now for first and 10.
First and 10.
They run once more with McCaffrey. Good physical run. It'll wind up as a gain of 5.
And he has been a handful to deal with throughout this entire contest, Mike. And they came into the game saying, we want to impose our will on the defense. And that's exactly what they've been able to do.
And this defense up to the task there. Gain of just 2, and it's third down.
And after that short run, puts them a little bit closer to the first down marker. And they're going to need to create more running room on the ground if they plan on extending this drive.
So, 2 minutes to play here in the second half. Greg and I back for the conclusion in a moment. You've got to consider this an absolute must-stop defensively. It's third down. They'll drop to throw. The pressure gets there, and down he goes. That is Deshaun Hand. He's in there to drop him, and it leads to fourth down. Here's Purdy. He's got it at the 3, and he is out of bounds at the 2-yard line.
And the 49ers.
Catch number 7 so far in this one, and a first down.
The 2-yard line.
They'll look to run with McCaffrey, and he barrels his way into the end zone. Christian McCaffrey, touchdown, 49ers. He's got another one, his second touchdown of the evening.
Makes the score.
Make no mistake about it, he may get the glory, but that does not happen without unbelievable blocking up front. So let's give the big guys all the credit in the world. He's able to displace the defense right there at the point of attack, and that's about as easy a goal line touchdown as you're going to see all year.
And he's down at the 23, and that's where the offense will take over. On first down, it's Penix. With the man, he's got it. It's London. And he'll be brought down up around the 38-yard line.
16 yards. And the Falcons.
And a lefty Penix on first down. That one incomplete. The defender right there to make the fight. And it's second down.
It's now second and 10.
On play action, Penix. Comeback route, and he's got it. And he'll be marked down at the 45-yard line.
First and 10 at the 45-yard line.
Pitts is the man in motion. Again, it's Penix. That'll be caught by the running back, Robinson. And he's going to be out of bounds down inside the 25-yard line. A pickup of 21 on that connection. First down, Atlanta.
A gain of 21 yards. And
To throw again, it's Penix. He finds Jahan Dotson. And they'll move it down to the 11-yard line. He's out of bounds there. They'll fill up here. First and 10.
First and 10.
Throwing again, it's Penix. That's in the end zone and intercepted. Picked off by Malik Mustafa. So they're going to have it at their own 20-yard line.
So you find yourself entering the red zone. Mike, it's hard to not start envisioning scoring a touchdown. Well, that interception, it changes everything. This is a huge missed opportunity. You have to capitalize and find a way to hang 6 on the defense.
Lost 1 on the last play, so now it's 2nd and 11. Here we go. One final play. And the final throw of the game winds up incomplete. That will do it. This one comes to an end. So a win here for the 49ers. This was a game where both offenses were up and down the field, marching the ball at will,